of a road trip. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, and they just looked sort of lost out there lately. They're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen.
That bucket in no time at all. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun. That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Now, here's Irving. His last outing, he had 24 points. Over Maxey. No good from Irving. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Just a beautiful job of scanning the floor, finding the open man. Harris looking to involve his teammates.
Season after season, it seems like Tobias Harris only proves himself more invaluable.
He's one of those glue guys. Stick him into almost any lineup, and he can contribute points, rebounds, assists, whatever you need, and that's what makes him a precious commodity.
Here is Harden. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's Maxey. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in.
Those are some hustle points, really bonus points when you put in a miss.
Irving surveying the floor. Ripped away. And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way. And it's good for 2. Maxey's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Dallas moving it around. And the dunk by Doncic.
Look at Wood finding ways to contribute. Sees an open man and drops a dime.
In the corner, Harden. Pass to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Irving double team. The 3 for Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Harris no good. Mavericks leading by 7. On the wing, Doncic. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. Second chance shot. And too long on the shot.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway's got 5 points so far.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Philadelphia 76ers ENT.
The 76ers trailed by 9. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
That's his first.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Dallas. Green with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the first.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And so Powell will bring it up for the Mavericks. They have a 9-point lead. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
And who knows, if you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams could see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
And it's good, 2 points.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Harden with it. Harden now by Morris. Harden's shot is good.
Figuring out ways to score. That is James Harden's specialty. The beard can hurt you inside and out.
Here's Green. Cuts off the pass. Good if it goes. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Mavericks lead by 11. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Here's Ntilikina. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him.
And certain teams take on the attitude of their city. And over the years, Philadelphia has been one of the Sixers known for having tough teams, much like the town.
Here's Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, you mentioned the 76ers have taken on the identity of Philadelphia. In your estimation, how?
You know, you go all the way back to the 80s. This has been a team that plays hard, focuses on defense, gritty, much like their city. So they tend to play with a chip on their shoulder.
Pass to Green. Dallas moving the ball around. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers trailed by 12. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, guys. Now, Tobias Harris has been the leading scorer on teams in the NBA, but on the Sixers, he understands his role is different. He says, I'm not a guy who's going to press for looks. The ball's going to flow how it flows, and I just got to be ready when the opportunity comes my way. That's what winning basketball is all about. Kevin?
David, thank you. Now, here's Melton. Got it. Good job in the low post. Melton's got his first points in this one. Dallas leading by 13. Green draws the double. To the right side. From outside the arc. Maxey grabs the miss. And Philadelphia has possession. Melton with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Maxey. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. Richard, you were part of a Cavs team that came back from 3 games to 1 down in the NBA Finals to win the title. Remarkable. Just how hard was that to do?
Well, let me say this. I think it was the greatest championship ever. And I'm not being biased. Those are the facts. They were the defending champion. They had the two-time MVP. They won 73 wins that year. So for me, that was the most special comeback because we played in the greatest championship of all time.
I'm assuming there was no doubt in your mind at all you would come back, correct?
That's a lie. There was tons of doubt in my mind, but I will say this. When you have a group of guys that stay together when you're down 3-1, it's because you believe in each other and we believed in ourselves.
Here's Green. What a terrific move that was.
Chris Silva.
Green's got 9.
It looked like he was playing against his little brother out there, the way he just went right over him with his height.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Now, here is Harden. Last game, 26 points. Here's Harrell. Wood with the block.
No, not a great idea to test Wood. He'll send that shot right back.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. And you knew things were going south for Irving and the Nets when they couldn't agree on a contract. He was eventually traded and is a big talent boost to this team. And Kyrie still has all the talent in the world, even if it comes with some risk.
The 76ers trail by 13. We've got 1:18 left in the first half.
Well, James Harden still a tremendous player, but now in his early 30s, some question, can he be the dominant MVP force we saw in Houston?
And Greg Harden in recent years dealing with hamstring injury. Has he lost a step to age or injury?
You know, probably a little of both, but we've seen players with a new diet or training regimen get back to peak production. Hopefully, he can as well. A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Harden, no good.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Pass to Wood. Back to Irving. Out to Doncic. Three-pointer. No good from Irving.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Your 76er, George Niang.
Mavericks leading by 14. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
And so it's Dallas. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll return shortly. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And Greg, the Philadelphia 76ers have made it very clear that they are all in on a title run.
And their front office has been very focused on trying to get top-tier talent on this roster. After the trust the process era, they're now aggressively pursuing titles here in Philly.
Doncic outside. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Doncic has got 11 points.
We sometimes forget how solid Irving is when it comes to his passing. Great find there.
Here's Embiid, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
I agree with this. Try to jump on him, dictate the tempo, and seize the moment.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Mavericks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
One of the most creative guards that we have ever seen. Irving is just so unpredictable with the ball in his hands. Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. They get it again. Outside Irving. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Outside Hardaway. Just 4 to shoot. And yes, it's good. He's got 10.
An absolute master close to the rim. He has literally every finish possible. Kyrie has such a strong sense for how to score around that basket.
Embiid.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And on the way from Irving for 3. Doncic outside. From deep three-point range. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
Dallas on defense. Hefty move. It's good. Nice touch there for Maxey. And it's 8 points for Tyrese Maxey.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And with Doncic in the pick and roll game, he's so good at such a young age.
It's amazing how well he reads the defense, but he can also freeze the defender or create confusion with that hesitation. He has all the tricks to run it.
Now, here's Maxey. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Count it.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Now, here's Green. 9 points in the game so far. And Green slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Melton. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
And I feel like one of the more underrated aspects of Embiid's game is his passing.
He understands that teams are going to bring 2, sometimes 3. You have to make quick decisions with the ball when that happens. Embiid, he embraces that challenge. And Embiid is, no question, one of the best players in the game. Just a versatile big man who wants to win multiple championships.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
Here's Milton. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He's so strong when he goes to work on the glass. One opening is all he'll need to finish the play, even if it's just a tip-in.
They grab their own miss. Green inside the three-point line. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
Philadelphia ball.
The 76ers trail. Pass to Milton. For the tie. Now here's Harrell. Back to Milton. It's deflected. Powell with it. Morris looking over the floor. And it's Green missing. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. To the wing on the left. For the lead. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. Here's Ntilikina. There's Green with the three. No good from three-point territory. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Philadelphia ahead, up. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a one-point game. And the dunk by Doncic.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick in the bag to get where he wants to go.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Mavericks. Pass to Harrell. And the 76ers call time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Teams changing it up here. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Shot from the top of the key. Luka Doncic again. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
A great disruptor of the basketball. Luka taking matters into his own hands tonight. Great to see him play like this.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Tries again. Embiid with the steal. It's tipped. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Mavericks leading by 3. Doncic feeling it out. And he gets the bucket. Doncic has got 8 here in the quarter.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
Here's Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
And you know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
And Embiid drops them both. Well, Greg, what can you say about Joel Embiid's growth from a leadership perspective? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Tremendous, Kevin. Carrying the Sixers with everything they went through. Even though he came in second in MVP voting 2 years in a row, no player more important to his team than Joel Embiid.
And I understand that people might not realize this, but he's 6'7". You cannot forget about his bounce because he's got some.
Outside Hardaway. Another 3 for Dallas.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
It's Harden with the drive. Wood with the block. Outside Irving. Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Doncic. No good from Irving. The 76ers trail by 7.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Harden no good on the free throw.
At the line for your
Let me say this. If you need it, he's got it. Harden does everything you want out of an offensive weapon.
The 3. Headshot off. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. No one near Doncic as he led